I would probably say it's okay to be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Just be her.
Yeah.
Because at 10 years old, approaching, teenage years, and you're trying to belong. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to find that right lane. And I would just say, girl, just be her. Just do that. Keep singing. Just be her. And it's okay.
Welcome to For the Record, a Wayne County Chamber of Commerce podcast, where real conversations meet real impact. We dive into the stories, insights, and experiences that shape our world, bringing you expert voices, thought-provoking discussions, and a fresh perspective on the topics that matter most. For the Record is proudly sponsored by Atlantic Casualty Insurance Company, T.A. Loving Company, Goldsboro Builder Supply, PDM Professional Data Management, UNC Physicians Network, Alta Foods, and Butterball. We're grateful for their support and making these conversations possible. And for the record, we're glad you're here.
Hey, for the record, I'm Todd Walker, the Chamber of Commerce president, and today I'm super excited to be sitting here with two wonderful women in our community, Renita Dawson and Dr. Freda Allen. Ladies, it's certainly a pleasure to have you both here.
Thank you so
Honored
much.
to be here.
Yes, we're glad to be here. Excited.
Well, this is exciting for me because, to tell you the truth, you're the first sister group that we've had here. Matter of fact, as Gage knows, we've kind of opened it up a bit. It's just so great to be able to have dialogue with more than one person here.
Okay.
And with you two, I'm excited about where we're going to go with this. And I also think one of the things that you look in the community here, and this is Wayne County, right? 137,000 total folks. This is a family for sure. And so I'm going to just start off with Renita. Could you just tell the world a little bit about you, what you do?
Sure. Renita Dawson again. I am employed with Wayne Community College, where I serve as the Vice President of Workforce, Continuing Education, and Community Engagement, and really just get to impact people's lives. I love what I do. I love working for the college. I've been working there. I've been working at Wayne Community about 12 years, and in the community college system for 30 plus.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Which is amazing because I'm only 35.
Yeah, that is. So at 5 years old, you started.
Yes.
Which it's never too early. Never too early. So education's been a big deal for you and for your family.
Yes.
And it's also a big deal for your sister, who, Dr. Allen, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am Dr. Freda Allen. I am an administrator, a principal with Wayne County Public Schools. I currently serve as the principal of Wayne School of Technical Arts, located on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. I am a product of Wayne County, and so I am honored to have worked in Wayne County Public Schools this is my 30th year in education as a teacher, an administrator, and principal.
I absolutely love that. So Wayne County is near and dear.
Wayne
Very
County
much.
is
Near and
Yes.
dear to you. So tell me a little bit, and we'll talk with Dr. Allen. So, Dr. Allen, what was it like to grow up with Renita? I'm throwing it out there.
I tell people all the time, Renita is an awesome big sister. She has spoiled me tremendously, but she was a great role model, cheerleader. Renita is a cheerleader at heart. She energizes people. She is always the person that people call. I am honored that she is my sister and I'm the only one that she has. And I don't mind sharing her with other people, but I also like to have my own sister time with her.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't know you were sisters right off the bat, and then when I saw, and then you guys started talking, then you let me meet your mama as well.
Mhm.
It's just like the most sweetest relationship, and it's something that I certainly I'm thankful to see here. But it really wants me to take it back to my sisters.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so as the older sister, huh? So how was Freda growing up?
Freda has always been like my big sister. She has always been the sister that has tried to be in charge of me. And she has always been an educator.
Mhm.
From a little girl, Freda was teaching school. Freda was trying to teach me, and I was not the best student. because she was wanting to teach and I was wanting to do everything else.
Right.
I'm trying to socialize and play, and she wanted a student. But she has been an amazing, she's smart. She's one of the smartest people I know and has always been that way, just has always been quick-witted and smart and just a delight to be around. It's interesting when I now, as an adult, look back and how I'm a little bit more extrovert and she's a little bit more. Now I understand the differences, but yeah, she's my sweet sister and wouldn't take anything in the world for her.
Oh, I absolutely love this. But there had to be some things, right? Anything at all? You know, when we start talking about like competitiveness, was there a drive between both of you, or do you always feel like it was just that was the sister that I could depend on?
Well, I'll tell you, I'll be honest. For me, like my mother made sure that she instilled in us, you are sisters. And so you're always together. And so Renita, you always look out for your sister. If we were going to something at the high school or even in college, Freda came to East Carolina after I was there. Our mom was like, you look out for your sister. And so I have never felt like we competed.
That's great.
Because she's my sister and we do things together. Now we get on each other's nerves. But we're going to stay together because that's what we were taught.
Well, and that leads me to this. And Dr. Allen, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I only met your mom briefly, but I could tell how beautiful she is and your family upbringing. What are those things that you still remember from when you were growing up, those life lessons that are still sticking with you?
Well, Renita talked about how mom instilled in us that we had to take care of each other, but I thought about our grandparents. So it started, we always went to grandma's house every Sunday for Sunday dinner. Holidays were nothing for us because every Sunday was a big thing. That was what my grandma and granddaddy prided us on. Mom has 6 brothers and sisters, and they are all close-knit. So it started before then because my grandfather would come to see us every single day when we were growing up. And he would go and visit his brothers and sisters. I mean, so that family connection, that priority of what family is supposed to be and what family is supposed to look like started decades ago with the Smith family. Every Labor Day weekend, we're going to be at the Smith family reunion. I mean, that's what we do. And so looking at that, we had the model with our grandparents and our aunts and uncles of what we were supposed to do as siblings. And so we just continue to do that.
Well, I love that. You feel the exact same way, don't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that. You know, it's interesting because a lot of times when you're growing up and stuff, some people can go down different paths, right? I think I often believe this for sure. We are who we surround ourselves with. And so with that said, Renita, who are some of those great influences that you remember growing up? I know we talked about your family and stuff, but your mom or so, any big influences that you can talk about?
Absolutely. Of course, mama is number one.
Yeah.
You know, I can't help but mention, you know, we were raised primarily by a single mom. And so mama is everything to us. And everybody that knows us knows mama because she's that important. But other influences for us, I immediately think about our godparents. So our godmother, Vernell Best, who you met, I think, earlier this year.
Yes,
and then our godfather, who is a legend in Goldsboro, Mr. Patrick Best, the late Patrick M. Best. He was the beloved principal of Goldsboro High School. And I can remember as a little girl, Uncle Pat coming by to see us, coming by to pick us up, taking us to those high school basketball games. So we had a love for Goldsboro High School before we ever got there because as little girls, we were going to those games. And then our godmother taking us to pageants, debutante pageants. Every year, it was a part of what we did. The last Saturday in January, she took us to the debutante pageants for the sorority that we are now blessed to be a part of with her. And so those two were huge role models and important in our lives. And our grandparents and our aunts and uncles. e- everything hinged on you. There is nobody greater than grandma and grandpa. And we miss them dearly, but they instilled all those things in us. And then our aunts and uncles, still today, I have no doubt if there's anything that I need, I can pick up the phone and call them because they've always been there for us. And even when I think about the times, because we were in a single parent home, if we needed anything, as long our grades were good, aunts and uncles they were right there to support us and still do today.
Man, I love that when you say the grades are good. It immediately made me think about my sister. So they were good. Mine were terrible. So a little bit, we had the same type of family structure for sure, but my focus was a bit off a little bit. What I love about hearing about yours was it seems like education. So starting with the foundation, right, with your mama and really everybody there, education was always there. You had just talked about Mr. Best, as a principal as well. And so when we think about all that stuff, and your influences and all those things that have been around you, what would you say though, with that there, how did that help you overcome challenges? And Dr. Allen, I'll talk with you on that one. We'll talk about successes for sure, but I'd love to see what it's meant and how you're able to cope with challenges.
I think, again, mama, right? Mama made sure that we were supported. If there was something we wanted to do, she supported us. She was very realistic with us. But she supported us to make sure that we had whatever we needed. We talked just this weekend about how smart mama was. If there was something that she didn't know, or mama is, if there was something that she didn't know, she knew how to get the information, get the resources, make sure Renita and I were set up for success. I think about some of the specific things that she did. I remember when I got my first job, my first real job after college, and she made an appointment for me. Like, I came home when it was still during the summer before I even started working. And she made an appointment for me with the insurance person to get my life insurance. Like, you've got a job. We know you're going to get this check. Let's go on and get your life insurance taken care of. That was before I ever started working. The success piece and just setting up those structures, she did that. I believe we started to understand the importance of a support system, which starts with our family, but I call it my front row. And so those people who, in addition to my family, I know I can call on and tap into, and they'll be right there to help support. I think about people like Thelma Smith, and how instrumental she was for both of our lives. I have specific stories about how she made sure we got to where we needed to be, and how she supported mama in that as well when we were in high school. And I think about, in addition to our godparents, I think about Gerald Whitley. Between Patrick Best and Gerald Whitley, those are the two reasons that I am a principal. I wanted to be a principal because of my godfather. I wanted to be a high school principal because of Gerald Whitley. And so, and then just having those people to support and cheer us on. I've got specific people who make my front row, and I celebrate them as they celebrate me.
Man, I love that. I don't know if you've ever thought about that too, Gage. When we talk, I always like to throw Gage in here too. He's behind the scenes, but he is the one who makes this all happen. But
yes,
I love the term front row. Who are those folks on your front row? Because a lot of times that front row probably is a little smaller, at least the way I see it. It's those key folks, right, that truly loves you. And what I love about what you both are doing already and saying to me is, it's never about you. You are fed, right? I mean, you're using so many wonderful names to see it. And that shows you why you're great leaders, is because it's not about Freda. It's not about Renita. You've been poured into. And so, Renita, I'll throw it back over to you too. As we talk about those successes and stuff like that, what are some of those great successes you have had that you've seen based on being poured into?
First, when you think about graduating high school and college, from a little girl who I knew I had a single parent family home. I wasn't sure how that was going to happen, but my mom was. And so just the fact that we were able to do that with very little debt, like I think about that years later, how did we do that?
Mm-hmm.
But Thelma Smith and mom and those folks set us up for success, and we had those scholarships and we had those things in place, and so we were able to do that. Now in my current role, every time we have a graduation and I see students that I don't know, adults that I don't know, and even some that I do walk across the stage and I know some of their stories, I'm like, wow, this is what it's all about. And then now in my current role, one of the avenues that I get to help folks in as it relates to community engagement is the Reentry Council, and how every time we're able to help someone who's transitioned from jail or prison, or, has just had those circumstances in their life, and they decide, I'm going back to school to get my high school diploma and do it. Or I'm going back to learn a trade, and they actually do it and are going to school and come by the office to let us know, I'm here this week. Like, those are major successes for me. And then, going back, getting your master's degree, all those little milestones that make us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Those are huge for me, and I don't take any of it for granted.
No, and I love that. And I bet as I throw this next question up, because I think it's important, successes are one of those great things that we look at, right? And both of you, I think, share it the right way in the sense that somebody else's success is what gives you joy. But there are going to be challenges, and we'll all face those. And so, Dr. Allen, I'll throw it over to you. So what are some challenges that stand out to you? And right off the bat, that folks listening to this would be able to say, wow, and that's how she handled it. And a lot of times I've noticed some of the things that have really affected me is when folks, especially myself, when I've not handled things well, and I was able to repent, as you would, and change that. But how about you? What are your thoughts?
I think making sure that I am grounded, and reflection is a big part of what I do. Making sure that I step back. We're going to make mistakes. I try to be very intentional. In my current role, I remember having conversations with people where they want an answer. Principals make a lot of decisions every single day, and maybe people want an answer right now. And I've learned to stop if I'm not ready to give the answer and tell people I'm not ready to answer that question right now, because I want to make sure I am informed, that my answers are appropriate, that I refer to law and policy and things like that. What's been challenging for me oftentimes, and probably for my sister as well, is sometimes I am when I look at high school principals, I am often the only Black female high school principal. I have some challenges and conversations with people that may be different because of that and because of those experiences. A lot of our high school principals are men. And it is often different for me to be in the room in that circumstance. And again, I'm an introvert by nature. I'm an extroverted introvert. So while I'm not always the one who's talking the most, I'm thinking and I'm processing. One of the things that I have found challenging is finding my voice when I am an introvert by nature. A lot of times people tend to listen or ask the people who are the loudest, or the people who will talk first or talk most, and recognizing that, you know what, I need to speak up because I have some things to say and I have something to offer to the conversation, which is a little bit more difficult to do for that person who is an introvert by nature. But based on my years of experience, I've learned that I need to speak up and help to make an impact. And sometimes that requires me to be a little bit more vocal than is my nature.
It's funny you mentioned that. So what's cool is I've known you for a little while now.
Yes.
And so what I would say to that is, one, I think it's wonderful to be able to recognize we all have strengths and weaknesses, challenges. But when I think of you, I think of results.
Mm.
And that's what I get excited about. You don't have to be the one to talk all the time, but you got to be action oriented. And that school, the Wayne School of Technical Arts, one of the only in the United States of America when we have a private-public relationship where we have 50% of the students that are military dependents, 50% that are public schools. That school, I believe, received an A grade.
We did.
Yes, ma'am, you did. And when we think of that school just starting, and I think the first grade was last year, it's only
First graduating class.
Yes, ma'am. First graduating class, an A school out of 33 in our district.
Yes.
I will tell you, when Dr. Witchard talks about you and the effect, the impact, it's profound. When the wing commander would speak of you, I know he would feel the same. I don't want to put any words into the wing commander's mouth, but having been in that position to work alongside of you, you are a godsend. It really is. You go into that school, and Renita, I know you this is what you expect from your big sister, but the impact you've already made on the graduating class and the way that school is going into the future, I promise you, as my seat as the chamber president, we're going to continue to talk the story of WISTA. And we did that not too long ago. Dr. Witcher and I, along with Mayor Gaylor and Matt Livingston, went out to Monterey, California to talk about that great relationship that the base has with the community. And one of the main focal points was certainly at the Wayne School of Technical Arts. And so God bless you for what you do there.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is so great. And Renita, the exact same thing I'd ask for you when we talk about these challenges.
Absolutely. I have to echo what Freda says. When I started in my career, I could often say that I am the only African-American, Black, female in a lot of rooms. But I've learned to take that as a blessing because it's my opportunity to be there for whatever God has for me to be there. And I don't take that lightly. But it's also been a challenge to sometimes be the youngest in the room. Be the youngest in the room if I am supervising individuals that are my parents or my grandparents' age, and being able to find my voice and provide direction and correction in a way that is lets people know that I'm serious. Yeah, I didn't mean for that to happen, but in a respectful way. That was hard for me to navigate early in my career. I think that I'm doing a better job at that now, but it has always been a challenge. Even though I'm an extrovert, I believe in speaking when you need to speak. I think that's one of the things that Mama taught us. Speak when you need to speak. Don't do a whole lot of extra if it's not needed. And so I find myself sometimes being in the room, I'm listening and I'm processing, and people may think I'm quiet because I don't have anything to say, but I'm waiting for the right time. It's not always meant for us to speak at that time. And so I find myself even telling some of my teammates, there's a right time and a place and a season for me to say that. Y'all have to trust me. And I believe that I will be guided for when that is. But it's a challenge for me because I'm always thinking, should I have said that? Should I have said it then? When people look past me to ask the next person the question, I see it. And I don't always say something, but I see it. And it just comes with maturity and age, and you know how to not take it personal, and you know how to move on, and you know how to let your work speak for you. And I think Freda and I have those conversations all the time. She is certainly one of the first people I call when I need to bounce ideas off of, because as you said, she's a marvelous leader, but am I doing this the right way? How would you have done it? Could I have done it better? And I value her opinion and the opinion of others that are in my front row. So, but that's just a snippet of
your front row. You realize so many people have both of you in their front row. You ever thought, and you probably don't think that way because that's, but from my perspective, sitting here and really being an outsider in some aspects, it's great. I haven't grown up here. And so, as a guy who's just taken this position 4 or 5 months ago, I see you both at so many things. I see the impact that you make. And your front row, there's a lot of folks that look towards both of you for that wisdom, that discernment, that mentorship. You're looking at a guy right here you're on my front row. I mean, whenever I'm somewhere, I know I'm going to see you all somewhere. And it's amazing. The Selena Worrells of the world, the Selena Bennett's of the world, the Patty Pfeiffers. This community of women is as strong as any community I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
Ever. And so that's one of the great things that I've taken note of, especially when we go to our Wise Gala or any of those events. You all, that solidarity together is second to none with me. So
can I add to that too? And when you said it and talked about solidarity, I cannot leave out the women of our sorority here in Goldsboro. We're 124 plus 9 as of yesterday strong. And there hadn't been a moment in my life when there hasn't been one of those ladies that has been in the front row, that has provided guidance, mentorship from kindergarten on. I can remember those women. And so when you think about that impact 50 plus years later, that's huge. And we want to be that for somebody else.
Man, that is so good. So anybody watching this, that's one of the things I'd say. We want to sit here for the record and with those folks that people can depend on. So whoever's watching this, we've got 2 ladies right here you certainly can depend on. And with that said, I think it'd be perfect to ask this question then. As I sit here and I think about your upbringing, the supporting cast, your front row, the challenge that you have faced and how you have faced those. If you could go back in time, what would you say to a younger Renita Dawson?
Wow.
And sorry, that's a softball one I just threw out. But, I think it's cool to reflect. You both had talked about the reflection, the ability to reflect. And is there anything that you'd go back and say, gosh, I'd like to say this to me 30, 40, 50 years ago?
I would probably say it's okay to be who you are. Just be her. Because at 10 years old, approaching, teenage years, and you're trying to belong. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to find that right lane. And I would just say, girl, just be her. Just do that. Keep singing. Just be her. And it's okay.
Oh, I love that. Now singing, you love singing.
I love it. And I have done it for as long as I can remember, maybe 3 or 4 years old. I don't even know, but I can see myself as a little girl. I remember holding a brush or something, singing.
Just singing. Oh, I love that.
And got on her nerves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I've had many concerts, but she is my favorite soloist.
Yeah.
She is my favorite soloist, and she knows it. And I tell everybody she sings like an angel. And as a high school principal, when I get ready to have graduation, are you singing the national anthem this year? That's how I top off my graduation. I think it sets the tone for an amazing event.
I would agree. I didn't know, to tell you the truth, until at the Wista graduation last year, I didn't even know you were sisters. And I'm like, what's Renita doing out here? And singing the national anthem. I'm like, they're sisters.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. I'm going to ask you the exact same, Freda. If you could go back in time, what would you say to yourself?
I would tell myself things that I often tell some of my my students now at the school. Some of the things that when you're 10 that you're stressed out about, that you prioritize, 30 years from now, it's not going to matter. While class rank is really important right now, it's not going to matter 30 years later at the class reunion who was number 1 in the class. It's not going to matter. Focus on relationships. Relationships have become my thing. Relationships at school, building effective relationships with parents and students, and watching those flourish. Some of the things that you are stressed out about right now, when we are grown won't impact your life. So don't prioritize the wrong things.
Man, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And, those are the things, both your answers are the things that, I still fight today. It's interesting as we get a little bit older, I hope we get more wisdom. We should.
Hopefully.
We should. But when we hear things like this, especially from you two, it certainly helps me make sure that I'm doing all I can to be the absolute best person that I can be. Now, it gets tough. There's challenges and there's struggles. But the one thing I got to know is I just have to. How do you decompress? Both of you are in education. You've been in it for over 30 years. What are those things, especially for those workers, those leaders out there, and even for the younger folks? There's got to be a decompression, because I know for me, my wife is really great with telling me, "Hey, Todd, what are you doing? What is your time? Why are you not home? Can it wait till tomorrow?" And so I would just ask you, Dr. Allen, what are those things that really help you decompress from work? And
Well, the first thing is spending time with mama. We are very intentional about not interrupting the time that we have set aside for family things. On Friday afternoons, I'm going to mama's house. They know it. Right now, during the summer, we're off on Fridays, so we set aside that time. Renita gets off a little bit earlier, but they wait for me. They know that after work, I'm going to mama's house. I go to mama's house other days too, but when I have a challenging day, I go to mama's. I sit in the rocking chair, and that's one of the things that I do to ground myself, to decompress. We talk to mama all during the day. Our relationships with that, probably unique and different for some. The other thing that I like to do is play SimCity.
SimCity. Oh, my kids love SimCity.
I love SimCity. That is, I don't even know how many years I've been playing it, but it is that mindless creating the city, takes my mind off things. As a principal, I found out that my mind constantly is going. There are constant decisions that are being made. And so that is my my way to step away and do something else. That, and my third thing, Hallmark Channel.
Oh my
Hallmark
goodness, you
movies.
and I right there.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I love the Hallmark.
Do you really?
I do. Yeah,
See,
Janelle and I.
we knew you were our guy. We knew it.
Oh, there's a Christmas one on that just every year we got to watch it. We
Yeah.
already watched it a little early this year, but it goes back. The guy had died like in the 1880s. He owned this inn, and he was killed, and then he was haunting it for the next 150 years. Oh,
Yeah.
now the plot's virtually the same,
Right.
And
Yes.
but I like to know the way it ends.
Right.
I want them to
Yeah,
fall
we
in love
love it,
during the
yeah.
Christmas season.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I'm going to ask you the exact same, Renita. How about you?
I struggle with that.
Yeah.
I struggle with shutting down, and I struggle with it all the time. But I will tell you, my husband is the perfect match for me, because I'm up here and he's down here.
Okay.
And not in level, but just he's an introvert and he's calming and he keeps me calm. And so on a Saturday, if we jump in the car and just ride out, sometimes we know where we're going, sometimes we don't.
Oh, I love that.
And just catching up, talking about the week, whatever. That is a time where I can just do nothing, just ride and enjoy. Music is therapy for me. So there is always music around, and my staff tells me, and I don't know I'm doing it. They say they know I'm in the office because I'm humming all the time. I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
They say, we know you're coming in the office because you're humming. Or if I'm not humming, they're like, oh, it must not be a good day because you're not humming.
Oh,
I don't even recognize it.
Yeah. So
It's just a part of who I am. And so music is always therapy. I love all kinds of music. Music is therapy. But shutting down and making myself take the time has always, and I don't even know why. It's just hard for me.
yeah, I think it's the same. So a lot of times for me too, I just can't stop. My wife will even say something like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, well, I'm just cleaning this up. And she's like, well, you just said, let's go. well, I know, but this is out of place and I need to get it. And she's like, stop it. Stop it. So it's great to see that balance. Maybe you can get into SimCity.
No, absolutely not.
I've tried.
Absolutely
She
not.
won't do it with
It's
me.
so
is
much
not- no.
fun.
I've tried to get her to start her city. I've tried to show her,
No.
and she will not
I will not.
join me in
All
SimCity.
right. All right. I mean,
No.
I'm going to try again.
I'm going to pray about it.
Thank you.
And the Lord says to ask, if it's in his will, great. If not, but I'll say this. I'm honored to sit here with you all. I really am. And I know that the next year is going to be beautiful. I know you got great plans with the Reentry Council. Thanks for all you do at the WCC.
Thank you.
It is astronomical to sit and see the impact that you're going to have. And, especially in the kingdom of heaven, where I know both of you.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
At the end of the day.
And so it's a pleasure. And Dr. Allen, I look forward to working with you even more when it comes on the education side. Both of you really when it comes to education and workforce development, because there's a lot of great things going on in Wayne County, and you two are both at the forefront of that. And so with that said, we're going to go do a quick speed round as we end here. Very difficult questions.
Okay.
And we'll start off really with, why don't you like SimCity?
I don't do the whole gaming. I just don't know.
You can do it on your phone.
I think because I have a problem sitting still.
Yeah.
Like I won't do it.
Okay, I got you. That wasn't one of the questions, but I'm with you. I love SimCity. All right, so let's talk about books. What's the last books you read?
Okay, so I struggle with sitting still to read a book. So one of the favorite book series that my sister got me to slow down and read is by author Kim Cash Tate. She's a what would you call her? A fictional, non-fictional Christian fiction author, and she has a series of books. One of my favorite is If I Believe. I'm so proud that I actually finished reading the book. I know she can't believe it. And a couple in the series, but I'm most proudest of this year. We made the decision to read the Bible in a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
We did it in honor of my uncle who passed away today. Oh my goodness, I just realized that. A year ago today. And he had told me that he had read the Bible 6 or 7 times throughout his life. And as a minister, we made the decision to honor his life this year. We're going to read the Bible in a year. And so we just finished last week.
Oh,
and so
sweet.
I'm
You did it
so
together?
proud. We did it together. And so I'm so proud of that. So that's the best book you can read anyway, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How about you, Dr. Allen?
Still in that same book series by Kim Cash Tate, my favorite book by her is Though I Stumble. All of her books are excellent, and they read like Bible studies to me. Good Christian fiction book. I'm waiting for her to drop her latest one. I actually have one that's autographed by her.
Oh, neat.
So I have, while waiting for her to write the next one, I often just go back and reread them. And so that's probably what I'll do over the holidays.
I'll have to tell that to Janelle, my wife. She also likes reading that type of books too. So, all right, favorite dinner. All right, Dr. Allen, what's your favorite dinner?
When in doubt, Chick-fil-A.
What kind of sauce, Gage? I don't know about you, but that's...
So I worked at Chick-fil-A in high school. That was my high school job when it was in Berkeley Mall.
Oh.
Chick-fil-A used to be in Berkeley Mall before they built the standalone store.
Okay.
So that was my high school gig. I know it's real chicken. I love it. And so if I can't think of anything else, I'm going to Chick-fil-A.
Are you going to do the Chick-fil-A sauce or Polynesian?
I do Polynesian with nuggets. I do barbecue sauce with the sandwich and with French fries. I have a whole thing.
And Renita, something tells me you knew that.
I do not.
You did?
No. Yeah, she loves Chick-fil-A.
Yes,
Chick-fil-A
ma'am.
is her go-to for everything.
How about you? What would you say for dinner?
So my favorite dinner, I really can't get anymore unless by special invitation. I used to love the Royal Tea Room. It was one of our small businesses here that was run by Miss Barbara Rice. And her beef Wellington was the best ever.
Yeah.
And so I often get frustrated because I said, when I want to do something special, like that was my go-to. And so it's not the same anymore.
Oh, no. So you don't have a favorite right now?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Golly, we've got to figure that out.
Yeah, we have to figure that out.
Have you gone to Chick-fil-A lately? Maybe
No.
go play Sim.
Yes, I have.
Play
Last
Sim
week.
City.
Did we go?
I went last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On our way back from Asheville.
Oh yes,
We
yes,
sure did.
Oh, I see a
We
great.
went on our way to and back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sit there, get maybe a little Sim City action. Huh? All right, song. I'd love to know what your favorite song is, Renita.
Oh, that's hard for me because
Okay.
again, I'm a singer and I love all music. So if I had to pick, it wouldn't be a song.
Yeah.
Something by Gladys Knight because
Okay.
that's who I started singing.
Yeah,
Something by Prince because he's my absolute favorite.
I love Prince.
Something by New Edition because they're our favorite group. And then anything gospel. Maybe a Yolanda Adams something.
Okay.
But
Did Candy Girl?
what?
Absolutely. Come on.
Candy Girl. Oh, my world.
We're going to the concert in February. You
No
want
way,
to
I
go with
didn't know
us?
that. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, New Edition.
Yeah,
we'll talk.
It's gonna be a good time.
How about you?
Right now, it really depends on my mood. Just Fine by Mary J. Blige
Okay.
is one of my theme songs. And my other one is Ain't Too Proud to Beg by The Temptations.
Oh, some classics. Classics.
Yes.
Well, ladies, thanks for sharing that with me. And folks are going to see this. It's going to be after the Christmas time, but right now it is the Christmas season.
Yes.
So Merry Christmas to you and your
Merry
families.
Christmas to you.
And God bless you all. And thanks so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you for
You
having
got
us.
it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.